Can you just explain to us a little bit why fit is important?
A lot of people have different feet. Some people even have a shorter left foot to a right foot. What footwear companies tend to do is they use a lot of work going into sneakers. We're creating sneakers that have got a special sort of Revere DNA to them and will fit that customer.
Well, sneakers are for every season, right?
Yeah.
You wear sneakers in the winter, you wear sneakers in the summer, so it's super user-friendly.
Exactly.
There is no consistent size across footwear brands. Having those strap extensions and fit features can really help for something like that.
100%, Ben. A size is a guide. You're really going to have to get the shoe and see how it fits. The nice thing about Revere, again, is you actually...
Welcome to the Comfort Walk and Talk, where every step towards comfort is a step towards a healthier you.
We're your hosts, Ash,
Jeff,
And Ben.
together, let's walk the talk, transforming your lives from the ground up.
Hi everyone, welcome back to the Comfort Walk and Talk. Today we have a very special episode and we're talking about one of our favourite and first brands that we started here at Comfort Co. So today, to kick things off, I thought we'd talk to the founder of Revere, Jeff. Jeff, tell us a bit about Revere and why you started it.
Thanks, Ash. This is really dear to my heart because the brand is really special. It was our first baby, and I'll say I founded it with colleague Craig Truscott, who we co-founded the brand back in 2011 we started, actually. It took us about 2 years of R&D of the brand. So why did we start it? We had quite a big business within the medical industry at that stage, podiatrists and foot health professionals and all that. And one of the needs that they had was a product that would be orthotic friendly. And I guess what does orthotic friendly mean? It's quite simple, really. It's a product, it's footwear that can take a custom orthotic, an orthotic or an insole made by podiatrists. And, they are particularly complicated often, those insoles, because they're sometimes big, they've got big arch supports, or they're different in different left and right feet, and et cetera. But we had a demand from that community about footwear that could take an orthotic, because there wasn't a lot really available at that stage. So, and the other aspect of it was sandals was very unusual. Most times, orthotic-friendly footwear is footwear, shoes. You know, you can take the insole out of an athletic shoe and put an orthotic in there. But with sandals, very rare. Most of them were just one-piece sandals that you're used to. So we set about building a product that really based on what the podiatrist wanted, and we learned a lot during that journey.
And what are some of the challenges that you faced when you first started to develop those orthotics, especially in the sandals, like you said?
Well, I mean, I guess the biggest challenge, we were really fortunate. We had quite a good network at that stage of people in manufacturing, because we distributed a few brands and we knew the people that made those brands. So we were lucky that we got introduced to some really good people. So a challenge is finding a good manufacturing partner, number one. We had that. But along the way, it just was an amazing experience in terms of, I guess, learning about manufacturing product. And you can tell a factory to make something and they take it literally, right? So challenges, for example, our first batch, when we launched the brand, by the way, and this is a really interesting story because we launched Revere with 2 styles and 2 colours. So we had a 4-page catalogue that was 4 colorways. That's who does that? It's crazy, you know, but we launched it and we sold that first range. But we got the first 2 styles in, and one of the styles came in, and for some reason the factory had taken an instruction literally, and the upper was 5 mils back further on the left than it was on the right. So they come through, and the upper was in a different position on the left versus the right. So I guess, you know, there was some instruction or something that had been taken literally, and we got these shoes where we just couldn't sell them. But the learning experience was that we had such a good relationship with the factory that they literally made them over a few days and air freighted them to us and replaced that. But that's an interesting challenge. It was great that I learned that first up with manufacturing, because you really need to stress the detail.
It's a funny story now, but at the time, I imagine
it was disastrous.
Funny.
I was in New Zealand at this stage, and I saw it firsthand, and the customer, he said, "What are you doing?" I mean,
Did you ever get to the bottom of how that happened, or
it was a funny instruction where they were just positioning the upper, but they weren't really looking at the whole shoe. It was just someone had said that the left needed a bit of an adjustment or something, and Yeah, it's funny though. You got to stress the detail in manufacturing.
Yeah, yeah. So you developed the brand with the help of what podiatrists wanted. Does that still go into your decisions on how you make shoes today?
Absolutely. I mean, the fundamental of the brand was all about fit and orthotic friendly. So we listened to podiatrists because they were saying that you needed product that was very highly adjustable. And, we're dealing with lots of width of feet, and, 50% of our brand is sold to wide fitting feet, which is amazing. We know that because we make two widths. But so we got all that intel from podiatrists about what they're not getting, and we built that into the brand. And we deal with over 1,000 podiatrists. In fact, they will provide the patient directly the product. And we're continually getting the communication about what's important to the brand. So the orthotic friendly was important in terms of being able to fit an orthotic or an arch support insole, but also the fit. And we build a whole science around fit. So, fit in our product comes from, we learned about putting multiple adjustment points in. So, multiple adjustment points, we had the ability to adjust the straps using a technique called strap extenders, which we include in every single pair of product that we provide. So it can basically turn a wide shoe into an extra wide or a medium into a wide. And we learned about adjusting the width of even footwear by using fillers and a whole bunch of techniques, using materials that stretch. And, I would say we are the most adjustable, fittable brand on the market today because we've really had that intel from podiatrists. And so it's a real specialty and something that we're really proud of.
Because it is such a specialty, I imagine that the customer base is very loyal. Like, do they come back for more shoes? How does that work?
Incredibly loyal. And customers, look, footwear is fashion like anything. One of the things we're very, very careful about is keeping a consistency in what we make. So we try and provide consistency to our customers because they love the product and they really want to come back and get a replacement for that product. But what we do to build that style and design it is we do plenty of different materials and colors and updates and so forth like that, because it is important when you do all these fitting features and adjustments to make it look good. So, to your point about customers, they're very loyal. We've had many, many, many testimonials about how the product's changed their life, how they can fit a sandal, they can put their art or their custom orthotic into a sandal. They've never been able to do it. We've even got people that have raved about how they can use an AFO. Now, I don't know if an AFO is a sort of an ankle support, but they can use that with their sandals, and they can sort of tailor the sandal around the AFO. So there's a lot of opportunities there. But at the same time, most of our product is sold through shoe retailers. Right. So, we have a lot of podiatrist import and podiatrists to sell it, but a lot of them are just shoe retailers where they're getting customers in that are looking for fit and function. And, we have over 1,000 shoe retailers globally that sell the product.
And talking about functionality, it can obviously do a lot of things that other brands don't have the ability to do, like those custom orthotics. How do you balance that with fashion? Like, how do you make it look good whilst things like the strap extensions, how do you make them not look, outdated or potentially like it's only built for function?
It's a good question. So our design team and actually Craig, my co-founder's wife, Anne, plays a big part in that in terms of the design. So we keep the traditional style, what the customer wants, but there's a lot of effort goes into materials. So like using lizard materials or really soft leathers or interest that catches the eye. When it comes to strap extensions, we decided early on to make strap extensions for every single strap, every single color, every single design. So when we do our strap extensions, we actually make them look like part of the shoe. So that's important because often you can do things that they don't look like they're part of the shoe. So we spend a lot of time on that. In fact, interesting story on the strap extensions, we come up with that idea. Strap extensions are very important. Firstly, we're the only brand that I know that's doing a strap extension for every single adjustable strap in their range. Now, strap extensions are very important because you can get one shoe and you can basically make it fit multiple widths with that strap extension. So that's why it's very important. And it really just makes and also, interesting enough, some people, in the morning, they maybe fit their shoe really well, but some people maybe for some reason or swell up a little bit in the afternoon. And so they put the strap extension on and it can fit beautifully. The nice thing about the strap extension is, the customers out there, the experience. If you adjust the Velcro strap, sometimes you'll see the Velcro exposed. With our strap extension, we hide that, so it just looks perfectly normal. So in every single pair of Revere shoes with Velcro adjustments comes a strap extension package. In that is all the strap extensions needed for that shoe. Okay, so I'm just going to show a quick example. This is a Geneva sandal, one of our key classic styles. We can so if someone needs adjustment, that's what it looks like. Can you see that? See the Velcro exposed. With a strap extension, they can have that full adjustment. They put the strap extension on like this, and then they put it there, and it's covered. The leather's covered the Velcro. So it's given them that extra bit of room in the shoe, and it looks just like it's part of the shoe. And the challenge with strap extensions is, you can imagine, we make hundreds of different styles in lots of different colors, and we literally make everyone tailored to the strap and to the colour. So we make thousands of these strap extensions and provide them free in the product.
A lot of our listeners might be listening into here by saying, why are you guys harping on so much about fit? If a shoe's a little bit too loose, a little bit too tight, then what's the issue? Can you just explain to us a little bit why fit is important?
It's very important. And there's no 2 feet are the same. And that's a bit of a generalisation, but it's true. A lot of people have different feet, from medium, wide, narrow, extra wide. Some people even have a shorter left foot to a right foot.
I've got that.
Different sizes, etc. So there's no 2 feet the same. And in fact, if you get on a scan, and we have scanning technology, you can see that in much detail. And yet what footwear companies tend to do is they use consistent tables. So a size 7 is this, a size 8 is that, a size 9 is that. They make it to that shape, and basically people then just need to squeeze or fit their foot into that shoe, and it could be loose, it could be tight, etc. So in a lot of footwear, there's adjustment techniques put into it, like laces and like Velcro. But we take that to an extra level of science and making sure that we provide maximum adjustment so that we can fit all those varieties into the size 8 foot that they think they are.
So what a lot of people might not know as well is that there is no consistent size across footwear brands as well. So, if you think you're a size 7 in one brand, you might not be a size 7 in another. So that's, having those strap extensions and fit features can really help for something like that as well, I can imagine.
100%, Ben. A size is a guide. So someone says, I'm a size 39 Euro or I'm a size 8. It's a guide. You should always think of it as a guide. You're really going to have to get the shoe and see how it fits. The nice thing about Revere, again, is because we've built so many variations to one shoe in the sizing, you're actually buying a shoe that can fit multiple widths and multiple sizes in the one shoe. So, that's a big advantage. So you're actually getting more chance of it fitting really well, that shoe.
And Jeff, you talked about, customizing the shoe for the foot, and that's a huge feature of Revere's. But what are some other features that are in the Revere footwear that people find important, and that's why they want to buy Revere?
Yeah, look, I think, for example, our insole that we've built, we've developed that over many years, and we've built a really, what we say is comfort into that. So we built a really nice arch support into that, nice cushioning level. And in fact, I would say that probably 70% of customers use our current insole. They don't replace it. 70, 80%. The insole's beautiful that comes with the shoe. So we're really proud of our insole. It provides really great comfort for most of our customers. But as I say, the facility to be able to pull that out and put whatever customized insole orthotic that the podiatrist makes is a big plus for the brand. I also think that I'm really proud of the fact that we've built a really wide range of sandal options. So there's, we don't just build, 1 or 2, sandals with a back heel and another couple with a back. We actually have in our range probably 20 different designs in multiple colors of sandals. So it's a really nice, concise offering that gives the customer plenty of choice.
And moving forward, what's next for the Revere brand? You know, taking into account people's feedback, you know, feedback from podiatrists. What are some things that you're looking forward to implementing?
So we are we're very careful to add styles or designs for the sake of it. So we focus on providing, like our winter range needs to have connection with our summer range, and we need to make sure that it fits the customer, desires. So one is orthotic friendly or is very important to the brand. So yes, we do some things that you can't remove the insole, but very small. So whenever we consider footwear, it needs to be able to be orthotic friendly. But we are adding some more elegant sort of wedges and dress options in the range that fit the customer. A lot of work going into sneakers. I mean, sneakers across all brands is big. So we're creating sneakers that have got the special sort of Revere DNA to them and will fit that customer.
Well, sneakers are for every season, right?
Yeah.
You wear sneakers in the winter, you wear sneakers in the summer. So it's super user-friendly, the sneakers.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And we do, and we also we do some nice ballet flats and all that. But again, we're not doing high fashion.
Yeah.
We really are keeping the brand true to what it's all about. But at the same time, it's got to look fantastic and really be, nice premium leathers and all that, whilst maintaining those core design features that we built into the brand.
So with a lot of our customers, we get the feedback all the time that Revere has changed their lives. So we had a slogan there for a while back, which was love your shoes again, where lots of people will, when they get that diagnosis that they have to wear an orthotic, that's worse. Having to wear orthotic shoes is worse than the foot condition itself. It means that you're very style conscious people. So that's kind of how we work around that. With that, so because people do, when they have tried our shoes, because they love them so much, there's a very much a if it's not broken, don't fix it kind of attitude. So would you say that our customers do kind of go across the range, or do they, when they have one, do they stick to it?
Oh, I mean, there's a few designs in the brand that we've had literally for 9 years. And we just keep making new colours of them. They love them. So, a couple of designs actually account for around about 25% of our business. I won't tell you which ones they are, but they're really massive. And that just because the customers love them. They come back for them, and so we just spend our time coming up with what's a new colour for the season and that. So there is that sort of what works. I want to repeat. But at the same time, you really do have to innovate. And so we are looking at the next stage. So we've just recently released a whole new collection made in Europe, actually, out of manufactured in Turkey. And this has got a slightly different look. It's still orthotic friendly, but it's got a slightly different look. It's a little bit more sort of younger, but not crazy young, just, a bit more youthful. So we're really excited to see how that one goes.
Sounds like too, you've got your loyal customer base and people that need that orthotic friendly, if that's one of the key features of the brand, you've got that demographic. But like you said, if you're branching out into, new leathers, fashion forward designs and things like that, it sounds like the Revere demographic is also expanding.
Yeah, well, you have to grow your customer. You can't just rely on the tradition, your customers keeping them by the brand. You have to keep introducing new customers to the brand. So that's one of our big focuses, is to make sure we're providing, reasons for customers to come to the brand, and also the way we market the brand. So we're actually range our product on leading international websites. So we're on the Zappos website in the US. We're also on TV shopping, QVC in the US, Canada TV shopping, Australia TV shopping. So, we also look to make sure that we're not just positioned in traditional retail stores, but also are opening up the opportunity to provide the product to, through different channels.
Yeah, we're on revere.com.au and comfortco.com.au. But yeah, and I think that's important too, because if we are featuring the Revere brand on a number of different websites and online businesses as, the world becomes more digital, the fact that the adjustability is a huge feature that, like you said earlier, Ben, the fact that, maybe potentially your left foot is slightly out, or like we have different brands that are different sizings and things like that. The fact that we have the adjustability is such a main feature in the Revere brand that if you are buying online on one of these websites, then it's more likely to fit and you're less likely to have to return it as well.
Spot on. Because, I mean, the statistic, obviously, in a lot of brands, you'll be seeing 30%, 35% return rates just from sizing adjustments. And, our Revere return rate is very low compared with that. It's in the single digits.
Yeah.
And that's because generally the product fits.
Yeah, that's amazing.
So the brand started out of necessity with podiatrists needing to sorting out podiatrist issues, what their patients wanted. But at the end of the day, everyone could use a good fitting pair of shoes. It's before I started working here, I had no idea just how much a badly fitting pair of shoes can do you damage. So it's just that's how I feel that we've adjusted over the last couple of years. So I mean, when we started, I can imagine the majority of our customers came from recommendations from their podiatrist directly. And as we go along, I'm sure that's still a big part of our customer base. But at the end of the day, like if you've got a pair of shoes that fits you like a dream, it's going to stand out compared to the next guys.
Well, it's interesting you say that. As I say, we launched the brand to podiatrists and through podiatrists and by podiatrists in a way. I mean, you could say the brand was invented by podiatrists. And within a year or two, retailers saw the brand and they actually started stocking it. And that was a little bit of a interesting experience for us because our thought was that we were developing a footwear specifically for the podiatry needs. And retailers wanted it because that's what they're being asked for. And so, within a couple of years, we started growing our retail business and we launched into the USA about 6 years ago. And there'd be over 400 retailers in the USA that stocked the product. Oh, wow. And these are sit and fit retailers. They call them sit and fit. So that
explain sit and fit. What does that mean?
Sit and they sit down and get
very self-explanatory.
It's a special sort of channel in the US, but it's basically what most shoe retailers do. They take time, they sit, they talk about what the customer wants, and they fit the shoe to them. They measure them, or whatever. And so that's driven itself. And so now I would say that probably 80% of our business comes from shoe retailers, and a lot of the online businesses come from people familiar with the brand. And one of our challenges is to communicate the wonderful features we have online because the brand does need to be explained a bit. But we are really doing some fun things to sort of show that.
Yeah, we're doing it right now.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's the cool part too. We've got a very clear message. The Revere point of difference compared to other brands is very adjustability, very fit-based. It's quality shoe that was started by podiatrists. And now obviously it's evolved, over the years and become more fashion forward, and we're taking more advice from the retailers and what people want. And, now in the digital age, we have the ability to communicate with the customer directly. We can talk to our Revere customers on social media and at Revere Shoes AU. Yeah. And we can hear directly from them with the reviews and, our customer service team. So it's evolved.
It has.
Since 2012, hasn't it?
Absolutely. I mean, as I say, 2 styles, 4 colours. In 2000, when we first launched in 2013, and we, 2 years of development. And now we have footwear across boots, flats, sneakers, sandals, wedges, wedge sandals, wedge shoes. So we've really got a full coverage of opportunities for the customer that loves Revere.
Amazing.
It's still kept its heart though, hasn't it? So we're still. You were saying the other day, we're the most recommended footwear brand by podiatrists in the world. Was that? Or?
Well, I mean, I would say that in Australia, where we've got a really heart of the podiatry community, because podiatry is different in different markets. So in Australia, it's very much about footwear recommendation and biomechanics, whereas podiatry in the US is more surgical. So, but in Australia, we would certainly be the most recommended orthotic-friendly brand in the market because they've really had their heart and soul in the brand since we launched it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we made it for them.
We did.
Day, so.
Yeah.
We did. Yeah.
How many podiatrists do we have recommending us now?
Over 1,000 podiatrists are customers of the brand. And when I say customers, they will have a customer come in and they'll measure them up and then they'll order the particular need for the customer. And then those customers, they'll go to a podiatrist and then they might just want to replace their Revere shoes. So they'll see Revere in a retail shop and they'll go and pick the colour they want from a retail store down as a replacement as well. So they have multiple ways to purchase the product, which is really lovely.
Well, speaking of, if you are a customer that's heard this today and heard about Jeff's backstory of Revere and you want to go check out the Revere collection online, please go to thecomfortcode.com.au or revereshoes.com.au and you can learn more about the brand, learn more about the collections that we have and the features that we have available. But thanks for sharing the story today, Jeff, on Revere.
Thanks, Ash. Loved it.
And come back next week and we've got another episode on Comfort Walk and Talk. Thank you.
See you then.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for listening to the Comfort Walk and Talk. If this episode has stepped up your foot care game, we'd love your support with a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts and Spotify.
And don't forget to subscribe on your favourite platform so you never miss a step on your journey to comfort.
And for more insights, follow us at our social channels at the Comfort Walk and Talk. Walk comfortably until we meet again.